Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Little Bird, like all of my videos state. And these are my experiences, my stories. My stories of my evidence that Creator exists in our lives, that the devil exists in our lives, that black magic and witchcraft exist in our lives, and that miracles and prayers and angels and soulmates exist in our lives. In 1993 and 1994, I was going to school in Pigeon Lake, Alberta. And I had met the most amazing friends there. I had a really good year until April, March, actually. I had these friends and we called ourselves the tribe because we were all native. We were all the same age. And we hung out every single day together. And my girlfriend Prissy, she turned 18. And we went to Calgary. And when we went to Calgary to celebrate her birthday, I was only 17. But I've been getting into the bar since I was younger. So anyway, we go to her brother's place, and her brother lives in this high rise. He's like on the 17th floor. And I'm freaked out that I can't see the ground when I look outside. And I didn't even go into his living room like more than halfway because I'm listening to all of these voices in my head again, telling me stupid things like I'm gonna trip over the coffee table and I'm gonna fly out the window and off the balcony. Do you know why I was getting those thoughts about flying off the balcony? Because when the devil lured me, and these spirits, they lured me to Harley. Harley threw me off the balcony when I was 15. So these spirits that are around us, they know what we've been through because they helped those things happen. And it was a stupid thought, but it was scary. I was terrified of heights. You will hear a little bit more about the heights towards the end of this video. So we went out to the bar and we were waiting. After a couple of bars, we were waiting outside this one bar, and I don't remember the name of this bar. But I remember the detail of these two bars. So we're waiting outside, and there's like 5 or 6 of us, and then there's 2 people ahead of us, and there's the bouncer and the doorman outside the door. And we've been waiting for a little while, and this guy comes up behind me, and he's wearing a brown leather jacket, and he's just giving me the creeps. Like there's something about him that just made me feel uncomfortable. And I asked the doorman how long it was going to take for us to get in, and he says, well, when 9 people go in, You guys can all go in, or come out. You guys can all go in. It's like, well, let's go to a different bar. This is no fun standing around. I just wanted to get away from that guy because that guy gave me the creeps. So Percy's brother suggested we go to this bar that he knew that was just a couple doors down. And it was a gay bar, but it wasn't like any gay bar I'd ever been to. That place gave me the creeps. So I wanted to leave. It made me feel uncomfortable. It didn't give me the creeps. It made me feel uncomfortable. Because at that time, I'd never had a woman ever make a pass at me. I have never seen people have sex in anywhere. I've never seen anybody else have sex. And I experienced these things in this bar, and I wanted to get out of there. So my friend Elmer and I, we left that bar. And we went to the truck to go and roll a joint and smoke a joint. And wait for everybody else to finish their drinks. So we left and we walked past this bar that we were standing out in front of. And nobody was inside yet. They were still outside. Those 3 people and the doorman. And we go to the truck and we smoke our joint, hotbox truck, and listening to music. And then all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, the window, driver's side window. And we are freaked out because it's a police officer. So now he has to put the keys into the ignition. And we're scared that we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get taken to jail. And when we rolled down the windows, I rolled my window down, he rolled his window down, and the smoke came out my window. And that cop and asked if we'd seen anybody run past the front of the truck. But we weren't paying attention. And it was pretty smoky in the truck. I said, no, we didn't see anything. And I asked, what's this? What's wrong? And this cop says, some idiot brought a gun to the bar and shot 2 people and a bouncer. 2 patrons and a bouncer is what he said. And I was like, where? He said, just down the street. Don't go down the street. You guys should just go home. At that bar, just a couple doors down, and he says, yeah, where all that commotion is over there. I said, oh my God. We were standing in line. And we went to the gay bar. I said, I didn't feel comfortable, so we went to the gay bar. And I didn't feel comfortable there, so we came here. And he said, it's a good thing that you listen to your gut instinct. Because that could be you and your friends. We went to another bar and I got really, really drunk. So drunk that I could hardly even walk. And I remember bumping into this girl. And that was the last thing that I remembered. Bumping into this girl. I didn't even remember going back to my friend's brother's house. The high rise. On the 17th floor. And the next morning I woke up and I'm hung right over. And I looked on the coffee table because I'm sleeping on the couch. I look on the coffee table and my girlfriend had bought a Joy-Cam, which is little tiny Polaroid pictures like this big. And then Polaroid pictures. And there's lots just scattered. And I started looking at these pictures and I was like, I don't even remember coming home last night. I was that drunk. And then one picture made me shake. I was out on the balcony when I came home. These pictures were all taken after we came back to the apartment. And that wasn't the only picture. In one picture, I'm standing on the balcony. That was the first one. I'm standing right in the middle of the balcony. And then another one, I'm sitting on the railing. And then I am dangling backwards over the railing in another one. And then I'm standing up on the railing, not holding on to anything. And then I'm dangling from the balcony above. How I was able to do that without falling, because I couldn't even stand up straight. How I could balance myself. That's God. That's God. God, through divine intervention, let my spirit know that I was in danger standing in front of that bar. And God, through divine intervention, held me up on that 17th floor while I was drunk out of my mind. And that's where curses come into effect. These curses, they lure us and lead us into situations that jeopardize our spirit. On the way home, I drove. And I had been driving now for 5 years, regularly. And my stepfather, he taught me how to defensive drive. He taught me very well. I was a really good driver. And my girlfriend's truck was brand new. She just bought it. She's from Hobbema, so she got a whack of money when she turned 18. And I go and put this, we're on Highway 13, and I go and put this truck into cruise control. My friends are all sleeping. And then all of a sudden, after I had pulled my feet away from the pedals starts moving. And the speedometer accelerates. And I'm trying to touch the brake because I'm going too fast, right? And I can't slam on the brake, otherwise I'm gonna spin out. We're gonna get into an accident. So I'm trying to touch the brake, and the brake goes all the way down. I have no brake. So now both of my pedals are to the floor, and my girlfriend wakes up. She's like, "Why are you going so fast?" And then we slowed right down. That scared me, and I pulled over and I told her, "It's time for you to drive."